Most men never become wealthy for a simple reason. They do not understand the game they are playing. They think wealth is about income. It is not. They think wealth is about hard work. It is not. They think wealth is about finding the perfect opportunity. It is not. The game has never been about money. The game is about leverage. And every wealthy person eventually discovers the same uncomfortable truth. The amount of wealth you create is determined by whose money and whose effort you are able to direct. The poor man works, the wealthy man allocates, the sovereign man learns how to move resources that do not belong to him. This is why two people can work equally hard for 30 years and finish in completely different worlds. One spent his life producing, the other spent his life positioning. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire because he understood this principle. An emperor does not carry every stone. An emperor organizes the people who carry them. Wealth follows the same law, and there are only 4 levels of this game. Level 1, your money, your work. This is where almost everyone begins. You use your own resources, your own skills, your own savings, your own time, your own risk. You build something from nothing, a service, a business, a product, a trade, a small enterprise. Seneca would have respected this level, because here, reality teaches discipline. Every mistake costs you. Every lesson is paid for personally. Nothing is hidden. Nothing is subsidized. Nothing protects you from ignorance. This is why the first level matters, not because it makes you rich quickly, but because it teaches judgment. And judgment is the first asset. The advantage is obvious. You control everything. The decisions are yours. The rewards are yours. The direction is yours. But there is a cost. Growth is slow, because every dollar must first be earned before it can be deployed. You are simultaneously building the machine and funding the machine. Most men become frustrated here, not because the path is wrong, but because the path is slow. And modern culture has trained people to mistake speed for intelligence. It is not. Many fortunes were built by men who simply stayed in the game longer than everyone else. Level 2. Other people's money. Your vision. Now the game changes. You no longer rely entirely on your own resources. You convince others to fund your mission. Investors, partners, backers, institutions. You provide the vision. They provide the ammunition. This is how enormous companies are built. Not through personal savings, but through capital concentration. The reason is simple. Some opportunities are too large for one person to finance. Empires are expensive. Infrastructure is expensive. Technology is expensive. Scale is expensive. At this level, wealth begins moving faster because you are no longer constrained by your personal wallet. But the freedom comes with chains. You now serve 2 masters, the customer and the investor. Your decisions are no longer entirely your own. Your sovereignty decreases. Your responsibility increases. Many founders become wealthy here. Many lose control of their own kingdom. The crown becomes heavier. Level 3. Your money, other people's work. This is where true compounding begins. You stop building every machine yourself. You begin owning pieces of machines built by others. Businesses, assets, real estate, investments. Ownership replaces labor. You are no longer paid because you worked. You are paid because you positioned capital correctly. This is a profound shift. The laborer asks, "How much can I earn?" The investor asks, "Where should I place resources?" One thinks in effort, the other thinks in allocation. This level is quieter, less glamorous, less visible, but often far more powerful. Because money begins producing money, without asking permission from your calendar, without demanding your physical presence. This is why Seneca viewed wealth differently than most men. Not as luxury, not as status, but as optionality. The ability to choose, the ability to refuse, the ability to walk away. Level 4. Other people's money, other people's work. This is the highest level of leverage, and the level most people never understand. You are no longer deploying only your capital. You are no longer building only your enterprise. You become an allocator of allocators. You organize resources. You direct capital. You identify opportunities. You coordinate systems. The scale becomes extraordinary because leverage begins stacking upon leverage. Capital, people, businesses, assets, debt, networks, relationships, everything begins multiplying. This is where fortunes become empires. But there is a hidden cost. Responsibility expands faster than wealth. At this level, mistakes become expensive. Not just for you, for everyone attached to you. You are no longer managing a business. You are managing consequences. Now, here is the trap most men fall into. Most people hear these levels and immediately ask, which one makes the most money? That is the wrong question. The better question is, which game am I prepared to play for the next decade? Because wealth does not reward excitement. It rewards endurance. Every level works. Every level has produced fortunes. Every level has created billionaires, but none of them work quickly. The common factor is not strategy. The common factor is duration. Procopton, this is because every level demands a sacrifice, and most people want the reward without the sacrifice. Level 1 demands effort. Level 2 demands courage. Level 3 demands patience. Level 4 demands responsibility. The higher the leverage, the heavier the burden. Most people imagine wealth removes pressure. History suggests otherwise. The larger the empire, the larger the consequences of failure. The larger the fortune, the greater the responsibility required to preserve it. Nature has a rule. It never sells rewards separately from responsibility. They arrive together, always. This is why wealth remains rare. Not because opportunity is rare, because discipline is rare, commitment is rare, patience is rare, responsibility is rare. Wealth is not a secret. It is not luck. It is not magic. It is a game of leverage, a game of allocation, a game of patience, a game of positioning. The poor man searches for the fastest path. The wealthy man chooses a path and stays on it. And eventually the years do what effort alone never could. They compound. The question is not whether the game works. History has already answered that. The real question is whether you are willing to keep playing long enough for the rules to begin working in your favor.